Hey there, I hope everybody is well. We're going to call on our angels, saints, ancestors, and guides into our space to provide love and divine messages for our highest and greatest good. We're surrounded in divine white, so it is and so it will be. All right, so Five of Swords, right? Someone's like bitter, okay? Snappy, snarky, pessimistic. Like as soon as you walk away, this person talks about you behind your back, okay? I feel like they probably watch and stalk your socials, okay? And then have a whole lot to say about it, or they put it in the group chat. I'm getting it's about an empress or someone who's in a position that they don't have access to anymore. Like they lost access to this person. And so they could be plotting and planning and trying to find a way to get back into this person's energy here. I feel like there's bad blood here with the Four of Swords. I feel like this person stabbed you in the back and maybe has intentions to do it again. They may want to say that they want to heal the situation here, but I'm getting like yeah, I feel like they see you as a meal ticket. They see you potentially as someone who got away, and maybe they know your potential and they know what you deserve. And now that you know what you deserve, right? 10 of Cups, Four of Wands, right? Celebrating a union in your power, your sovereignty, you know, sharing your specialty skills, okay? Planning for the future, traveling, exploring, having new experiences, and being seen for who you are, who they tried to hide, suppress as the star. Yeah, I feel like they're gonna have to come to some sort of point in their life where they're gonna have to accept the inevitable, okay? This is like on its way. Eight of Wands, all right? This is a very like, yeah, Queen of Swords energy, Eight of Wands. Yeah, I feel like this energy, you know, really did the most here, okay? And I feel like they didn't work alone. I feel like they might have been jealous and envious of you, and as a result, like, they attacked the person that they supposedly love. And so this comes from a place of insecurity, and because of that, like, you're grounded, stable, secure, nurturing, mothering, like divine femme energy. And so it's almost like they didn't want you to be in that energy because look at what you're capable of, right? Like you have the World card, you have the Star card, you have, you know, hopes and dreams and goals that you're going to make happen. Like you're a powerful individual here, okay? There is this like death and rebirth cycle here. There's an evolution here. There's an activation here. So this whole thing, this whole plot was to keep you from getting activated, to keep you from being in your divine feminine energy, all right? And they said and did whatever they could to defame your character, your name, and reputation, okay? Because you couldn't be seen in a positive light. They had to control the narrative the whole time. And they may have even tried to put an ending to you and your success, okay? Through nefarious means, okay? You may be someone who shares messages. Yeah, you may be someone who shares messages. You may be someone who, you know, has some sort of spiritual authority here. So you may have heard through the grapevine, little birdie told me, that this energy now could be dealing with legal issues, or there's something that's going to be brought into balance, okay? I'm getting this is like spiritual laws as well as physical laws, like earthly matters, okay? Yeah, I feel like, you know, whatever they tried to prevent, it's almost like the swing, right? It's like it swung the other direction, not in the direction that they planned or thought. I feel like all their calculating moves have like trapped them instead, right? Like the traps, the thoughts that they are obsessed with, they can't escape. So they have to try to like project it so that it somehow suits their narrative. Somehow they control, manipulate, right? I feel like, you know, the steps they took to do things for the sake of appearances is where they find themselves in a conundrum. They find themselves in a very difficult position, right? And they got themselves there, right? It's not like, you know, they see the direction that you took. They know that when you left them for reasons that they lied about, defamed you for. I feel like you chose yourself and your abilities and your gifts, and you were called by God. So you had a choice to make. We have the Hermit here. This is going within and studying and herbiting so that you can learn and apply what you learned, right? This is something that someone was called, like their soul was called on this path. Okay, so someone was persecuted because of this. All right, you moved away from this energy with peace, right? You left and you didn't look back. I feel like there was a lot done here to try to prevent this moving on from happening, okay? And you may have even communicated your wisdom. There's something here that you have access to share, right? Your story, your wisdom, your how-tos, your tips, your specialties, your, you know, consultation. You could be somebody that, you know, has a high position. You could be someone who deals with a lot of people. I feel like you tell it straight. There's someone here on the way. There's movement heading straight toward you. I feel like this is balanced energy here. Feminine, masculine polarity is on, is like in check, right? It's like the Chariot. So everything is like high functioning, okay? On target, focus towards victory and success. Like going to make it happen no matter what energy. Like very determined energy. There might have been something like they underestimated about you, is how determined you are, how much grit you have. Like you haven't given up. Maybe they thought you would give up and you haven't. Emperor, bottom of the deck. You could own your own business, or this is someone who may have a high position that might want to work with someone like you because of your ability to persevere and overcome. Especially this situation that you were able to almost see my hand. I'm like making a flip, like almost like a flip. Something got flipped. All right. It's like you flipped the script, right? Whatever plots, plans they had, it's like you would tell on them. It's like you would tell on them. Or there was something that was like discovered, found, redirected, or there's something like, I'm getting like being a few steps ahead, right? Because there's this wisdom, there's this understanding, there's this strong connection here. Your belief systems are strong. Your ability to connect and have faith is very, very strong. You're a spiritual teacher here in some way, shape, or form. And this could be something that you're awakening to now, right? You could be a guide of some kind, right? This very much could be maybe why there was so much angst when it came to you, and maybe this relationship, maybe getting like with the Seven of Swords and the Lovers and the Hierophant, it's almost like there were outside forces that didn't want this to come together, right? And this was like a spiritual union here. So it was like There's something here that's wanting to kind of like interfere, create distractions, interruptions, because the power here is grand with the Ace of Wands. This is creation. So the ability to co-create with the divine is extremely powerful with this energy. So I feel like there was a lot of plot and plans to prevent some sort of coming together, maybe the student becoming the master here and mastering the physical reality and being able to teach it to others is what I'm getting. I feel like that would not go along with the status quo. And so maybe you're someone who kind of like breaks free and liberates people from the status quo, like the matrix, the control, the systems, the ways in which we're distracted to pay attention to things that aren't really important while something else is going on. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of distractions here to get someone off their spiritual path. And maybe they succumbed to it. Maybe this is them snatched. I feel like someone's free and someone's snatched. Yeah. They have free will choice, Two of Wands. There's a lot that they have lost in this situation. They may be coming to this realization. This could be illuminated for them now. There's this, they could come across somebody that might be able to give them some perspective here. Maybe they're gaining perspective. All right. Someone may need to kind of take a break from maybe the substances for a while and do a bit of soul searching. Maybe find a place where they're at peace, okay? Where they can connect to their intuition. And getting heavy water sign energy here. So plus the cups, a lot of water. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. I feel like there's a need to kind of like redirect, right? You have an opportunity to change your life. Let's make it count. So there could be like a bit of a reset. So I'm getting like ego death, dark night of the soul, having to choose something different than the current path that you're on, right? Having to make different decisions and choices as to how we handle ourselves and our relationships with others, right? What are we subconsciously, what's subconsciously needing to come up for us to have the awareness, the consciousness of it so that it can be healed. There are a lot of things that have been in someone's way, like creating obstacles for yourself because of this unhealed energy. I feel like there's anxiety, fear, and it's manifesting in someone's physical reality until they deal with these concerns, these unhealed wounds. Again, water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio with the King of Cups. All right. I'm just working off the bottom of the deck, y'all, and I'm just allowing this to come. I do have someone who is going to be hung up, okay? Maybe needing a timeout, maybe needing to see things from a bigger picture because they're so focused on themselves and they may need to take a break. I am getting with the Five of Cups, there's a lot of like disruption, unhappiness, maybe even, again, like I'm getting a bit of like indulgences, maybe like excessively numbing and drinking to kind of like deal with the sorrows, right? You know, there is something here for somebody, but I'm getting like this could be like someone wanting to leave the bad situation that they find themselves in and come back to someone else and, you know, not do that healing work, right? Like they still have all these unresolved and unrequited feelings and emotions, and they may want to come rushing back to you so that you can help them feel better. I feel like I don't think that this is something that, you know, you can't heal where you got hurt, okay? And this is not somebody that you trust. This is not somebody that was for you or your relationship. I feel like you got away and you broke away from the pack, and they're wanting to bring their drama to your doorstep. Okay, you're at peace and you're calm, and their situations are not. In fact, they're all over the place. It's extremely messy. So I would say that you're better off not dealing with that energy and focusing on what is for you. I am getting that, you know, this King of Swords, High Priestess, and this Queen of Cups here. I mean, 3 is definitely a crowd, okay? But I'm getting, here's a Queen of Cups. So here's like the pair to the King of Cups, right? So here's like a couple here, right, that might have been trying to intervene in someone's union, okay? I have a High Priestess, so there's something hidden, something protected, something sacred playing out here that you are divinely protected from with this Knight, this King of Swords here. This King of Swords protects this energy, okay? And I'm getting this is like karmic energy, this Queen of Cups. It's like they may know this. They may have tried to come up against this soul contract before in other lifetimes. Might be tapping into this wisdom and knowledge, or they might, right? I feel like there's a bit of, you know, competition here. Someone wanting your position. I just heard that. Someone wants your position. So they think that they can take what you have and get your position, okay? I'm getting that. And then the King of Swords is like, you don't have that kind of authority and you don't have that kind of a power. And by you attempting this in the first place, you violated universal law. Wow. Yeah. Like an Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. They think that it belongs to them. Right? It's like they want what you have. They haven't done any of the work, right? So maybe here, if you want this position that this person has, get started, okay? You're going to have to start from the bottom and work your way up if you want this position. So someone may have to start over. It's like that song lyric, I was at the bottom, but now I'm here, or something like that. You guys know how that saying goes. But I feel like, you know, there's going to have to be some, it's like if you want it, you're going to have to work for it. Right? Interesting. This is our reading today, y'all. Ooh. Yeah. Someone knows where it's at, right? Like someone's in denial, like delusional, delulu. All right. I feel like it has something to do with someone's manipulation and control. It's affecting someone's mental stability. It could be affecting their mental stability. I'm getting like someone's like paranoid, okay? And like afraid to sleep, right? Like challenge after challenge after challenge. They could be dealing with like issues as they travel, like drive. I feel like there's something that's always on their mind, and it's like they're burdened by whatever this is. They could be trying to find some sort of sense of peace because their life is like chaotic. I am getting like tapping into energies here, right? Something's coming to the surface that they've been hiding. All right, something's coming to the surface that they've been hiding. I'm getting that they might have done something with a group that they're trying to hide, okay? And they've removed themselves, thinking that like, okay, I'm at a safe distance now. Hopefully no one finds out my secret. But I'm getting like, whatever's in this tent that no one can see is like, somebody knows because they were there. They participated. So there's evidence here that someone's trying to keep on the DL, okay? Ooh-wee. And I feel like someone be telling on them. Someone be telling on them. All right, y'all. Listen. Yeah, they be watching. They be watching you. Yeah, they could be doing something. They could be online. They could be doing something online. They could have paid somebody. Or they could be in a situation that they can't get out of and they are needing money. They may ask to borrow money because maybe they got kicked out. Someone's in like some sort of, yeah, I'm getting like someone may have gotten kicked out here. Right? Yeah, they're like, where am I going to go? Yeah, look at High Priestess, Queen of Cups, yeah. Someone could be trying to prevent someone from being able to come your direction out of fear. Huh. Or maybe they've baited them to reach out. I'm getting like someone reaching out to somebody. Maybe they have something to say. Maybe they're going to spill the sparkling wine. Right? Remember how I said somebody was there? Somebody knows the secret? They know their secrets. And so do you. I feel like you know. There's nothing hidden here for you. You know that they tried to cover it all up. And somebody knows the actual truth. Right? And so they're afraid of these two energies communicating. So they try to create all kinds of like drama. I feel like what they did for money, okay, to kind of stop you or sacrifice you or spellbound you or do something to prevent you from awakening, okay, and remembering, because there's like remembering energy here and moving on with this wisdom, with this knowledge, because they knew that once you had this wisdom and knowledge, there's no stopping you. And you've proven that true. They have made many attempts to try to stop you. Look at this 5 of Swords. Yeah, they've tried it. Yep. I feel like they could be on the chopping block now. Yeah, they came after an earth angel, temperance angel, someone who has the healing powers to turn water into wine. I mean, yeah, things are backfiring. Stay in your lane, right? That's my recommendation with this. Stay in your lane, right? If it's your business, it's your business. It directly involves you. If it directly involves other people and not you, then it's not your business. I had to tell my teenagers this. Sometimes we all need a reminder, like, okay, is this even worth addressing, dealing with it all? So sometimes we have to go through that filter and say, okay, does this deserve an answer, a response, a reaction? Like, what is this energy exchange, if anything, right? So it's okay to not respond. It's okay to think about it. It's okay to just let it go to voicemail. It's okay for you to choose when it's good for you to engage with anyone or anything. So I just want you to call your own power back to you, and for you to apply your filters, your discernment, being able to check in with your own higher self and spiritual team to know if something is for you or not, whether that's a text message, a phone call, an email, an opportunity, someone's interested in you. I feel like you have these tools available to you. So check in with yourself and verify for you with the tools accessible, including your own body and your own intuition. You don't even need tools, but just, start working on some of those, that spirit communication, that inner wisdom. When things like this kind of come up and it's like, ooh, I don't know, and you're kind of feeling a bit triggered and you're like, I don't know, do I want to talk to this person? Like, I haven't heard from them in forever. Or, hey, this person was like really an asshole to me. I don't know that I want that back in my life. I don't think that kind of change can happen, right? So again, like, it's your life, it's your reality, you're driving, and so you discern and you determine what lane you're going to be traveling in. So just remember that. All right. Stay on your lanes. I'll see you guys later. Bye now.